Okay, you have.
Alright, 1 second.
Yeah, prepare on the website and don't start recording until you are ready and to start going, and let's time it exactly.
Our 360-degree complete website intelligence platform captures the entire customer experience from a website. What this means is if I'm going from my home page to my about page, there, okay, start over. Our website intelligence platform captures the entire customer experience and recreates it as an individual data point. What does that mean? That means that if I wrote help into a form on my site, I could create this as its own individual metric to be measured and searchable throughout my customer history. Because we're storing all of this information on every website visit, we're able to dig a lot deeper into understanding what customers want and how your company can line up your sales message to the company's intention. In this example here for a bank wealth management website, we took a deeper delve into creating custom analytics to measure the confidence behind each customer's choice of what their wealth was, the time used to complete their decision, and in this instance, we also had the objective to overcome of helping the bank realize how can it target and upsell clients in a more direct way. The way we solved this problem was simple. We asked the bank to ask us who they were looking to. Okay, I'm starting over. Let me short. That's going to be way too long on that basis. Yeah, I can't hear you, Justin. I can hear you through the door only.
If there's small sections of the,
But you're not on.
What's that?
Yeah, your voice is coming back and forth, Justin.
Is it any better now? I was on mute to reduce the echo earlier.
Okay. All right, I'll take another shot.
I was just gonna say that if you do have little mess ups or whatever, you don't have to redo the whole thing. Weston can edit those out.
Yeah. All right. Oopgo is a digital marketing intelligence company. What makes us special is two key assets. One of them is we are storing, every time a website visitor visits any company's website, we're storing the entire customer visit. What does entire mean? What that means is Google, IBM, traditional competitors, they're creating a record every time a visitor on your website goes from page to page. They're going to create a simple record that says this person went to this page at this time. We go a few levels deeper. We're storing approximately 1,000 times as much information on every website visit. What that means is, in addition to understand what's happening transitioning from page to page, we're able to create custom key metrics for scenarios such as movement over a particular form, hesitation, customers who are confused about navigation errors, and even being able to create a custom metric if one of your clients writes the word help. We'd be able to search across, regardless of how many visits you have, in every instance where someone wrote help, we'd be able to search in cases where they click help, deleted it, and wrote help me instead. The point here being is we have laser focused capability to get complete insight into what your customers are doing, and we compile our data to use it in an efficient way regardless of the size of your organization. This example here is a particular example of how we were able to measure customer confidence on a wealth management form for a bank. In this example, we were able to denote that their customers were not very sure what their investable assets were in each case. They were very confused as they were navigating through their form, and we gave them measurable goals to reduce and help them along their journey by using our advanced intelligence. In this example, we created custom metrics to show every instance where someone had filled out their information on their website and had then abandoned before completing the form. The other end of the coin here when it comes down to website intelligence is, I'm going to pause it again. I think that's way too long. I don't think I'm going to show this data example. So. Oopgo is a digital marketing intelligence company, and what makes us special is we're the first company to capture the entire website experience from a customer perspective. What we're doing is every time someone visits your website, we're creating thousands of different data points for every second they're on the website. What this means is, unlike traditional analytics, who will let you know when someone goes from each page and creates actions that are transitional for a company, we're able to dig a lot deeper, and we can create custom metrics for your company. For instances, if you had a client write help on a form, you deleted it and you wrote help me. We're able to create those metrics and search through your entire website traffic for how many times did someone write help, how many times did they delete, what's their typing speed, what's the average struggle point on your website. It gives complete insight for us to be able to manipulate what happens on a website and keep a record for future use. Because we're storing all this information, the other side of the coin is that we're actually able to recreate everything a website visitor is doing from a visual perspective as well. In this example here, this would be a business owner viewing every action a customer on their website did, regardless of the device that they visited from. We can accurately display it exactly as it happened. What's relevant here, bringing up the videos versus the data, is because we're storing data to accompany everything you see as a video, you're able to go back and search for any videos and customer scenarios where something happened that would be a key point of interest to your company. When I say we store and accurately display for different kind of devices, what this example is here is for a mobile device. What you're going to be seeing on the screen is the actual engagement of a user's fingers on your website on a mobile phone. So the orange here is the first time their fingers touch your website. The blue is their finger movements as they navigate your website. And of course, when it comes to mobile, it's important to also understand and store times that customers zoom in, times that customers flip their phone, because we're still in the discovery when it comes down to understanding how to monetize our different mobile environments. What you're seeing on this screen is proprietary technology of we're able to recreate a website's live browser traffic on any specific segment of the site. In this example here, I'll pause while it loads. Hurry up. What you're seeing here is a proprietary technology our company invented that allows companies to see exactly what their website visitors are doing them as they're doing them, either on your site as a whole or for a specific segment. If your website currently had 5 live users visiting, you would be able to see everything they're doing as they're doing it. You'd be able to use a custom labeling system to say, I only want to see customers who made X amount of sales. I only want to see customers who left my site in the past because of a problem that we created. You can finite tune this capability to look at any specific segment on any page or any past customer. I can focus on any of these individual sessions individually and get a lot closer look into what this customer is doing. We have the capability to zoom in and out. We have the capability to chat or engage with these clients, and also to tag and segment them as they're actively browsing our site. This can have significant impact for a company looking to improve their customer service by supplementing anything they're saying over the phone or chatting over the computer with the ability to watch and reduce the time per resolution by being able to not have to confirm everything the website user is doing. Another practical application here is on the sales end. If you're selling a car and you see that a customer, and you're talking about how fast the car is, and you happen to see that a customer is a lot more interested in your safety section, you're able to naturally adjust your pitch and significantly increase your closing rate by focusing on what's going to make the difference to close the sale. Here's our initial, we had showed capabilities. Here's our starting point of using our technology. From this screen, we're able to slice and dice and choose any analytics most important to your company, of course, utilizing the fact that we can define these a lot more detailed. Any analytic you see, in this case, we're going to see people who came from google.com to a website. You can click on it directly, and it's linked to a playable video. So in this case, I'm looking at all of my individual traffic that came from google.com. I have an individual record created for each visitor on my site. I can switch back and forth to view each customer of mine in an individual record, each visit in a record, or look at each page individually. This gives me the seamless ability to maneuver my site and use my analytics software to understand the differences between the value per page versus the value over the customer lifecycle. Any piece of traffic I look at, I can play the video directly from the view we see here, or I can take a much deeper dig, and I can click View Details on any individual visit. What this is doing is relaying the entire customer history of this visitor. Oopgo creates this for every visitor on your website. So in this case, this customer has visited 10 times in the past. Here are the past actions he executed. Here shows an example of an error on the page. We need to figure out how to resolve that on our end. And I can switch back and forth to focus on any past visit from that customer. The importance here is I have their entire history from one view. Underneath here, I have a panoramic view of all of the pages within that individual visit, as well as the ability to customize all of the supplemental stats that's most important to my company. If I'm a retail site, I could see sales here. If I'm a social media site, I could see number of times logged in over the course of their entire life cycle, in addition to that individual visit. We can go back directly from this view to get back to our traditional data mode. From here, in addition to being able to get a lot of information we think would be helpful for your company, we can customize all of these dashboards for your company's KPIs to look at the data that you need and not throw a lot of unnecessary data in front of you. We can organize any individual videos or traffic we want to look at by custom tags, by any kind of filter imaginable, such as how long someone visited your site, where they came from, what country, what demographic. And we can customize this and fine-tune it with a much deeper detail than traditional analytics because of our data capture capabilities. In this example, if I create high-value customers a segment, I can choose the color pink to define that customer. And I can say every time someone visits my site, makes a sale, and comes back 4 times in the next week, I want that person to be labeled pink. The reason I bring up this color coding system is it's a very efficient way from all of our different views to understand what your visitor's doing and to be able to customize and engage with the customer. Once this happens, we can apply a score for the value of each high-value customer to our company as a whole. So if I want to say Joe, who visits my website, is going to have a value increasing by 5 every time he visits my site, we would be able to add up Joe's total value over the lifetime of his history on our website. So I could, in the future, say, I only want to look at information on customers who are high value to me, who are low value, or I can look at specific segments and discover the difference between the patterns associated with high value and low value customers. In addition to these general capabilities, we can slice and dice the data any way imaginable. We can look at particular segments. And send reports to anyone within your organization in different graphs. We can add customizable metrics to these reports. So in this example, we wanted to compare where our traffic is coming from to which of that traffic is coming from mobile devices. We can add as many metrics as we please. We can email it to anyone within our organization, and we can export and manipulate that data in quite a few formats, giving your company complete control of what actually matters in a nice, efficient way. One of the other assets of our software is, when it comes down to really using this for a large value site, is we have conversion funnels where your website can choose what's most important to you. Once you choose what's most important, to take a closer look at a sales cycle, you can see the percentage of visitors who completed through that sales cycle. What's important and relevant here is, usually if I see that I had a 15% completion rate on my sales cycle, I might see numbers to see who didn't make a purchase on my site. In our case, we give you a lot more than just a number. All a number does is have your company have to go back to the drawing board and figure out, how can I reduce that number? In our case, we're going to answer the much more important question of why. Why did this person not convert on my site? In our case, we can dig deeper on any of these records to watch exactly what happened in that customer's experience, and use common sense in addition to irrefutable data to see what happened and understand how we could service them better in the future. So in this case, we see a website error detected on our end. We know that our marketing's good. We know our business initiatives are good. So all we have to resolve is, so all we would need to do here is understand that this website error, what are the circumstances surrounding it? Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. And let's make sure to yell at our IT department as opposed to our marketing department. Let's make sure to know that it's the responsibility of our technical side instead of our marketing side to resolve this particular issue, which definitely is an inhibitor when it came down to this individual customer. So the other side of the coin is Oopgo. Our other relevant asset is, we are the first company to have a big, large database containing every website on the internet. Traditional search engines such as Google or Bing are estimated to have 1/5 of total websites searchable within their database. The reason for this is they put the liability on us as website owners to get their attention. Our case, we have a larger database that has a, in Oopgo's case, we decided to cut straight. In Oopgo's case, we decided we didn't just want, in Oopgo's case, we decided that we didn't just want a piece of the pie, we wanted the whole thing. So we made sure to customize our technology to apply to every website on the internet within 24 hours of being registered. The way to use this technology for companies is two different ways. Number one is, company could define their key competitors. We would be monitoring the different traffic rank on a weekly, daily, or monthly basis. So if you saw that competitor X increased their traffic by 40% this month, we would be able to correlate all the changes made on their website to that action. So if I saw that company X had a 40% traffic increase and had 10 million new Facebook likes, there's a pretty good chance those two actions are correlated, and I could pass along within my organization to take a closer look at the strategies they're using. The other example of what we can do here is we can allow companies to define their entire industry in any way they choose. So if I sell widgets, I could say anyone who's selling widgets on their website is my competitor. If there was 50,000 websites selling widgets, we would monitor all these websites and look at the relevant trends of the technologies used, their average loading time, and anything else that lets you know what's happening in your industry to benchmark your individual company results against it, and of course discover new technology in cases where your competitors are using it effectively. One more use of this, of our unique ability to have access to every website on the internet, is to monitor and protect your brand. In this case, if I'm a widget company, we created a custom search engine that takes in the choices made by the customers on every other large. What we did here is we are monitoring the choices made on every large website on the internet's individual search section. What we're doing here is we're monitoring the different choices made by our customers for widgets from Google's point of view, Amazon's point of view, Yahoo's point of view. We're able to customize this for any website that's basically letting us know what are my customers looking for. They want widget technology. I'm only using widget beer so far. I should probably adjust here because people on answers.com are looking for this. This is a way to, number one, discover keywords that you wouldn't have thought of in advance. Number two, get a direct access to the collective consciousness of everything that your website, everything that is important to your company from your customer's point of view. I'm done.
All right. So it took how long? 15 minutes?
I wasn't counting, but it was yeah, 11 to 15, something in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs to be refined, but you addressed a few things that you usually don't get to, like the last one, the widget story. Pat, it sounds very good. You should add it, but the point is, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah,
Look,
maybe.
here's the best way to do this, I think.
Go
Let
ahead.
me do this every night, the next couple nights, or do a couple trials. Then have you with Weston edit the pieces you want in one video. That's especially when I pause there to make. We can slice and dice this video so you can take particular sections. I think that's the best way to do this.
Okay. How about the design of it or the plan, how you want your ideas to flow? You are starting without an introduction to delve into the customer interaction recording. Justin, how was your impression? Do you feel this is effective, or is it better to give the introduction again, going back to the three issues, the triangle, the three circles, whatever we want to
I thought he
adapt it?
started it with saying that we have two primary assets: digital competitive intelligence and CIR. Did he not? Or are you
Yes.
talking about even broader introduction?
But Dad,
Yeah,
keep in mind this is supplemental. This isn't going to be all someone sees.
no,
This is
no,
going to be.
I know.
I
What I'm
think I should
saying,
actually cut out that introduction and just get straight to the point. Is my thought. So.
I think one word, just to say that the three components, I would say the three components, saying that, everything is channeled through the most advanced analytics, so you don't have to mention analytics again. Then you dig into the CIR and show or explain basically the characteristics, the data, the ability basically to search, every single thing, and showing without going into as much detail, showing, for example, in what you are showing now, moving through the bank big, the fact that every single action is being recorded, including the deletes, etc. So there, so the customer or the company the business will have a complete record to understand the the psychology or the psychology behind each customer's behavior whenever it's appropriate. Not that each
This is what
customer.
I said. This is what I did the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, but that's it. No, I know that. I know that. I know this is, but how much do you need to show and to take off, etc. Once you illustrate that, you take another minute maybe into CIR, then you move on to the digital intelligence, uh, the competitive intelligence with what you featured basically, and taking in between them the example of the mobile, but without repeating it twice, just taking, one example, looking at this and showing the finger, seeing the fact that we are able to record and, transmit across all platforms, including mobile and the iPad and whatever you want to mention. But this will allow you just to concentrate CIR, competitive intelligence across all channels, and that's it. It will allow you basically to put it back together at the
What are
end.
you critiquing from what I did? I mean, all this stuff, it has to be a direct critique, not just general. I did introduce what I think it just should have been 10 times as fast. I shouldn't have dwelled on what's happening in the analytics and just ran through it. That's my thought, at least.
No, I
Look here,
understand.
I should,
But
in my mind, I
I'm
should
trying to
have.
fit it in 5 minutes. I'm trying to fit it in five
That's what I'm
minutes.
doing. So the adjustment here in my mind would have been not explaining what this analytic dashboard is. Here's a view of practical use of our analytics. I'm clicking through where the visitor came from. I can see what they're doing, and I can delve into their complete history. These are all unique capabilities on Oopgo's end. Move on. This is how I think it should have
Right,
been.
yeah, showing the graphic just for 2 seconds, showing this list for 5 seconds. You know,
Let's do this to be so. Me and Justin, I know we haven't ate. We're way behind on
okay, go
sleep.
ahead.
No, no,
Go
listen,
ahead.
listen. This is what I think to stay functional here. I'll do this a couple more times if you want to be on over the weekend. 3, 4 different explanations. Let's not over critique them. Let's see what happens with them. And then after that, Inad, on Monday, if you listen through them, you have Weston edit them in a way that you like each piece.
Okay,
That's what I think.
We are Wednesday, correct?
Uh,
We are Wednesday. Go have dinner now. Do it one more time tomorrow, okay? And Thursday. I will work with whatever
Friday.
yeah, I will work on it Friday
Okay.
with Weston, and we will,
All right.
delete whatever, shorten it, etc., and see what we can come up with. All right?
Okay. All right. I guess just remind me tomorrow night. We'll just do the same thing. I don't think Justin needs to be here. I don't think that
Okay, if
if
you
we
want
get
to
a
do it,
firm script,
yeah,
if
what
we
I
get a
was
firm script, it would help. I think Justin, unless you disagree, I think if we get a firm script, multiple people. But if I'm just
Yeah,
winging
I
it, I
think a
mean,
firm script, not necessarily what exactly you're going to say, but the exact pages you're going
the
to
plan,
reference. Exactly.
right, and the plan to move from one idea to another. Yeah, I think this is so it doesn't have to be that you are reading a script, but a script to take you from which screen to another, to the third, to the fourth, rather than doing it haphazardly, back and forth into it, because it seems so you don't lose your line of thought and you are following again a logical plan from one aspect to another, to do it in a more efficient way, to not to waste time in the presentation, and this way the message would be a little bit more clear, and it would be used not by itself but as an aid, intermittently, for people, for specifically for agencies to utilize in addition to their own presentation, to tell them, for example, this is a short presentation by the founders, by the people
I think
who
this is
created
more
it.
for companies and agency. Just real quick, what do you do? Yes, I read these documents. What do you do? Here's 3 minutes of an explanation showing
Okay,
exactly what we
it
do.
is
That's
for
my mind.
companies. I know that. But for the agencies to use, so they don't have to struggle themselves showing it out of here, then they can present it their own way and use this as a collateral, basically, to use in their presentation to the customers. We can also use it for the customers in a concise way once it's perfected. Yes.
All right. I guess on a side note, we have Dell and Target tomorrow, so I assume you're going to be on those. So,
All right, just
all right.
it's a good exercise. If you can, at least after dinner, just think between you and Justin, make a plan, the ideas going from which window or which website, what you want to show from one to another, and start picturing. I need to spend 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, 1 minute here, 30 seconds here, 25 seconds here. This way, it will help you when you are delivering, when you are doing it, to be more concise, to limit yourself to those time limits, basically, in such a way that the whole will fit still within 5, 6 minutes max. Okay. All right. Just go ahead, have dinner, and enjoy dinner. And
Okay.
we'll
All
talk
right.
tomorrow.
So
Thanks.
tomorrow night, just call me tomorrow night. We'll do the same thing. So.
Yeah. You want me
And
to
if,
call you around
yeah,
the
just
same time?
call me tomorrow night. We'll do the same thing. And please, if you get a chance, look through the intern stuff if you haven't already, just so we can
Okay.
critique. So,
Okay, no
all right,
problem. Did
all
they
right.
add, did they do anything today?
Yeah, they did every day. They're
Okay.
doing stuff a lot.
Okay.
So,
No, I understand if there is something new. Okay, I'll look at them. Okay.
okay.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, by the way, Pat, you want me to come next week and spend a week or 10 days and work with you?
I mean, yeah, it'd be helpful unless something's going on at home with anything with.
No, that's okay. I can leave. I was thinking if there is a lot, to be done that I could help with, I'll be happy to come next Wednesday and stay through the following Friday, so
I
nine
mean, we
days.
have 10 interns to manage. We can handle about 3 of them, us, and then Nate's obviously Majdub. So, I mean, of course, we can use help. So,
You can use help. Okay, I will go ahead, make the reservation, and I'll be arriving next week, Wednesday. Right?
Daniel Patton, what's the update with that?
Well, Nate, you are talking about the Australia, right?
Daniel O'Neill, is he working
Oh, O'Neill,
actively?
no update. He hasn't. I was thinking
Okay.
about him. If I don't hear from him, I'll send him an email
Okay.
to say what happened to that thing.
All right.
There's no update.
Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, bye.